Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
You may not remember records, like physical records, that you would spin on a platter and put the needle on the record and the groove, and then sound would come out. And amazing quality of sound. Quality that surpasses MP3s in just about every way. I would say digital music, but sometimes you can get a digital reproduction that is almost just as good as something that you might find on a physical record. I purchased records when I was a kid. Not a lot of them, though. We really weren't into music in my family. But I did purchase a lot of cassette tapes and then sold a lot of those cassette tapes so I could buy CDs. I still have a lot of the CDs, but then I've been getting my music digitally for quite some time. Either I'm tracking MP3s or I'm using a subscription service. And here's the thing. The music industry for years has been predicated on a model that they're going to be forced to change. And bear with me for a second here. I had to upgrade physical formats because I could only play the new format in a different player. Physically, I was limited, right? So I had to go from records to cassettes. Cassette player is not a record player. I mean, yes, they have all-in-ones. I don't even know if they did back then. I mean, they were honking. They were huge. And then I upgraded from cassette tapes to CDs. And they said, well, it's better audio quality. Yeah, I guess it was. Over cassette tapes, certainly. And a hell of a lot more portable than records. Less prone to damage. And certainly rewinding and fast-forwarding is a lot easier to do on a disc. And then went from CDs to fully digital music. So I was forced to upgrade all along because of the change in physical formats. So now we're at the day and age of, let's say, MP3, or if you want to be a purist about it, you could say FLAC, any digital audio format. That's the day we're in now. How is the music industry going to change? Where do they have to go from here? Another electronic format? Oh yeah, that's going to fly. Where are they going to go? They've run out of room. There's nowhere. What are they going to do? They're in big trouble. Do I have the answer? My answers may not, be in line with everybody else's answers. I've been a huge fan of subscription services. That's the way I choose to digest content and music. I'm happy to pay for the media. But the idea of repaying for digital media is asinine. No one's going to do that. We kind of got away with it for a while, where you'd buy one DRM format that was restricted in this way, and then you bought another DRM format that was restricted another way, and then another one that was unlocked. But that was still a kludge. I don't know where they're going to go from here. I really don't. You can't force an upgrade when we're talking about something that is purely digital. I mean, you can't argue that, well, the quality of the version of this song is far better than the quality that we had released before. Not really. I mean, maybe audiophiles could tell the difference, but 99% of the galaxy? No, they're not going to hear the difference. I could barely hear a difference between a FLAC recording and an MP3. Barely. So, where are we going to go? JRN Wire says brain-based music, so maybe we get it pumped directly into our brain, bypassing our ears. That's a possibility. I don't know if I'd be wanting to pay more for that. But the idea of upgrading existing technology that's purely digital to get the same thing in another digital format is it's not going to fly. The music industry has run out of runway. They're done. Done. Where do we go from here? It's time to get creative, I'd say. And I don't just mean by people who are artists. I want to support artists. But it ain't going to be the way the music industry wants me to support them. And that doesn't mean resorting to piracy either. I'll pay money, and believe you me, I've paid enough money for half the albums I've owned. Do you know how many copies of the Best of Doors I've owned? Going all the way back to cassettes? Insane. We will see. We will see.